Hey everybody, good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a good weekend. So, Bloodbraid Elf obviously has been unbanned in Modern here. That's kind of the talk of Jund right now. The deck I'm revisiting is a user's updated list of a Peter... Oh, what the heck is his name? Writer for SCG had a radical Emrakul the Promised End Jund list. We played it a couple practice rounds and two-man queue. Then another viewer submitted a list on YouTube. So this deck is a little bit based off of his. I kind of streamlined some of what he was doing. Added my own inclusions. So the big thing with the original Promised End Emrakul list is it was almost impossible to actually cast Emrakul in a reasonable manner. For those of you that weren't around for Standard, Emrakul the Promised End, 13/13. It's basically a Mind Slaver for a turn whenever it comes into play. Costs one less for each creature or card type in your graveyard. So often in Standard you can get down to a 6 or 7 mana cost. This deck's trying to take that to the extreme while still playing it in the kind of a Jund-esque shell. The gentleman that gave me the list was using Faithless Looting and Grimflayer as his main ways to get things in the graveyard, which makes a lot of sense. Faithless Looting has been seeing an uptick in play in the Mardu Pyromancer deck. I know streamer Jeff Hoagland really likes the card in a lot of different shells. He's even played it, I think, in a Jund Legacy shell or two. So it's kind of good for getting rid of your excess removal spells, binning excess card types. Like if you don't need a Bitter Blossom and a Walking Ballista, all of a sudden you have 4 card types in your graveyard. Beyond that, it's playing Traverse the Uvenwald, a small Traverse the Uvenwald package. You've got Grimflayers, Tarmogoyfs, one of Scavenging Ooze, Courser of Crufix is both here for a card type, the enchantment, and also for, it's a fairly decent grindy card, Shriekmaw. Can be a removal spell in the mid game. In the late game, it can be a 3/2 and a removal spell. Ballista can be pretty decent against smaller creature decks. Also, you can just dump it right in the graveyard, have to go 2 card types immediately, and then you can obviously go get your one of Emrakul the Promised End. Beyond that, you're playing a lot of weird bullets because you're trying to increase your card types. Tarfire in place of a card like Lightning Bolt. Bitter Blossom both serves a purpose in the grindy matchups as kind of your pseudo Lingering Souls, plus also has 2 card types, especially Enchantment, which is hard to get in this deck. Nameless Inversion can be a pretty poor Terminate, but it also can serve as a pump spell for your Tarmogoyfs and Grimflayers if your opponent's not blocking. Can make combat math a little bit weird for your opponent, especially since it's only on one of. Terminates and Abrupt Decay is your normal removal spells, Maelstrom Pulse. This deck has a 2-2 split on Liliana the Veil, Liliana the Last Hope, because you are a little more graveyard-based than some of the other decks between Whip of Erebos, Grimflayer, and Tarmogoyf, so you're not quite as aggressive as the newer Jund lists, but you also have a little more card selection with Grimflayer and Faithless Looting. And no, there is no Bloodbraid Elf in this list. I could not work it into this current configuration and still be running cards like Faithless Looting and some of these other bullets. And Emrakul may still be difficult to cast in this deck, but it is a nice way to go over the top of the mid-range and even to control decks to a certain extent. It's one way you can break the Jace lock, etc. But this is the main deck. 21 lands. I replaced the user that gave us this original list a month or so ago, was running Darksteel Citadels. I honestly think that's way too greedy in a 3-color mana base, so I'm back to running Raging Ravines. The Pete Ingram, that's the name I couldn't remember, was running in his main deck. 3 Raging Ravines, got a lot of basics, got a lot of fetch shock lands, you got some fast lands. On the sideboard, you got some more hand disruption in Thoughtseize. Reed Duke did this with his latest list. He put the Thoughtseizes in the sideboard. Mainly because Bloodbraid Elf doesn't always hit hand disruption well. Another Bitter Blossom. So not only is Bitter Blossom another card type, but one of the weaknesses of this build of the deck is you have a very severe weakness to cards like Rest in Peace, Relic of Progenitus, things of that nature. So I wanted to give us a semi-transformational package with creatures and threats that aren't as graveyard-based. So to that end, I have a couple Tireless Trackers, a Bitter Blossom, and to a certain extent Huntmaster of the Fells. These are cards that are not really reliant on your graveyard for their power, for putting pressure on the table. Bitter Blossom, kind of good in the grindy matchups as we described. Tireless Tracker, same thing, coming in for grindy matchups. Huntmaster can come in against small creature decks where you need a little bit more life gain, and in matchups where you're boarding out like Emrakul and such. If it starts flipping back and forth, can give you quite a bit of card advantage. Also gives you 2 bodies and 2 life immediately. Kolaghan's Command, good grindy card. Obviously, it's kind of a staple in Jund these days with Bloodbraid Elf and the Kolaghan's Command just being an absolute beating. Anger of the Gods, you need some sweepers. This deck's a little light on unconditional removal, and there's a lot of decks that can just simply overwhelm even Jund's 1-for-1 removal stuff, like Affinity, humans and such. You just sometimes need a card that can clean up the board for the most part. And then Golgari Charm, this is an interesting one. It hits Blood Moon. If your opponent's playing Supreme Verdict, you can regenerate your creatures. A lot of different modes. Can wipe out Lingering Souls, can wipe out a bunch of X1s. So it can be a pseudo sweeper in some matchups. It can be regeneration from board sweepers. It can also hit random enchantments like Leyline of Sanctity or Blood Moon. And then Phyrexian Revoker. This is kind of your Pithing Needle, but you're able to traverse the Uvenwald for it. Once again, it's another 2-card type card. So, like, you need to stop Planeswalkers, you need to stop certain activated abilities. You'll often board this card in. It's just a random, like, fun of that you can go grab. And it's also not horrible top deck in a lot of situations. Like, you can randomly shut off anything that's not a fetch land. So it's not quite as good as Pithing Needle in some regards. In other regards, it's better. Like, you can shut off mana abilities of, like, Elvish Archdruid, etc. And finally, Warren's Weirding. This is another tribal spell to go with our whole Emrakul the Promised End Big Tarmogoyf package. It can be good against decks like Boggles, other decks that are relying on just like 1 or 2 big creatures. Often you can kill their little idiots. This gives you another way to like edict them outside of Liliana of the Veil. Can come down a turn earlier than they're expecting. Collective Brutality, just a really good card in Modern at this point. As a avid burn player, this deck can wreck me, especially if you get multiples in the game. And that's about it. We're actually going to take this one through a league today. Hopefully does well. Yes, I know I'm not playing Bloodbraid Elf, so a lot of people are going to be saying I'm playing the wrong version of Jund. That's fine. This is just a brew. I'm wanting to do something a little bit different. I have a bigger event tomorrow that I'm going to be playing in at a local store for a qualifier for that store's invitational at the end of the year. And I'm just kind of tired of playing serious Modern decks right now. So, yeah, I'm playing Jund, but it's not your actual good Jund deck, so to speak. So how's everyone doing this morning? Hope you guys enjoy what we'll be playing. It's a little bit off the wall, so if you came to see Bloodbraid Elf, I'm sorry. This is not a Bloodbraid Elf deck, so... And, Whip of Erebos. So, this card, Whip of Erebos is a weird one. Those of you that weren't around when it was in Standard, it's kind of an insane card if you can, like, land it with multiple creatures in play. Sure. I mean, this hand does Jund things, so we're not gonna... I don't think we're gonna Faithless Looting on one. We don't know what we're up against, so we don't know what we're digging for. Yeah, I would like to claim, I'd like to claim this was my build, but there was a user on my YouTube channel that actually submitted, like, an updated version of this. But he was playing, like, cards like Brain Maggot, and he was playing, like, 3 copies of Nameless Inversion, 3 copies of Tarfire. I mean, he was going really hard on the Emrakul plan. I'm just like... When I was playing the deck, I really like the just, like, random beater plan. Like, this is obviously not going to be the matchup where that's very good, but if this is blue-white, could be a little rough. Guessing a search for his counter. What? Why would you be running out a Snapcaster Mage on 2 here? Okay. I'm confused why a blue-white opponent would run out Snapcaster Mage with no spell to flashback. Whatever. That being said, we don't have any of our discard spells, so it's not like we're going to be able to... Okay, sure, I can respect this. Now we get to land Liliana. Yeah, I'm just going to land Liliana here. I mean, it's possible our opponent's just like playing random nonsense. We get to get rid of a Faithless Looting here for no real loss of value. Opponent must be like flooding something fierce. Yeah, main phase snap on 2, very, very weird. So, that said, we don't exactly have the best hand for dealing with blue-white in this game, so. I mean, Liliana is fine, but especially if they land a Jace here, we're in a lot of trouble. I had to open my mouth. Should have probably included a... Why would you... Okay, sure, whatever. Put the card on bottom, they must not have liked it. This is going to be really awkward because this is going to let them kind of control the top of our library, but at this point, let's go ahead and get this Faithless Looting into our yard. Opponent gets rid of a Path to Exile. So last card, what is their last card? Is it like Cryptic Command or something? I don't even have a land in my graveyard, so I'm already going to have Delirium, which is kind of funny. Opponent chooses to keep the card. Alright. Okay. Okay, so... So they're probably going to shuffle this Tarmogoyf away. No, they're just going to brainstorm. Alright. I think that's some poor sequencing on our opponent's part. They could have gotten a free shuffle out of that brainstorm. I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter what our opponent's doing, because they've got Jace in play. I mean, obviously I'm interested in... See if they have like a path here or something. No, I want to attack Jace. Thank you, Magic Online. Yep. Doesn't entirely surprise me they have a snap here, or had a path here. It's one of the cards that would make sense they would have left on top. Their last card was a Supreme Verdict. Alright, so I have Liliana Ultimate, Jace. So I know what their top card is, because they brainstormed and didn't shuffle. They left it on top, so... Gideon Jura. Alright, that one's slightly annoying. So I think... Okay, sure. Alright, we got a Termagoyf. How do we want to do this? I don't want to leave both Planeswalkers together, so... I think I'll do it like this. See how our opponent chooses to keep. They'll probably keep Gideon in the 4 lands. Wow, they kept Jace. That was a poor decision. I think I'm pretty good on all my colors. Guess I should have grabbed another red source. Green, not that. Debate this. Opponent is definitely playing very poorly for a blue-white control player. Alright, got there in game 1, which is probably our harder one. Alright, so... Walking Ballista is pretty terrible. Shriekmaw is pretty terrible. Nameless Inversion's pretty not so great. Terminates probably aren't great. I'll probably leave one in. Definitely want the Thoughtseizes. Definitely want the Collective Brutalities. Want the Trackers. And the Bitter Blossom. And possibly Golgari Charm. So, Revoker, I guess, is okay. I don't really want to bring in Kolaghan's Command, because they might be bringing in Rest in Peace if they have some idea of what the heck they're doing. Probably shave a Tarfire. Abrupt Decay. I don't know how many targets Abrupt Decay is actually going to have. Let's look at our curve, actually. Guess we can take out the second Terminate. Although we probably do need an answer to leave at least one answer into Colonnade. Maybe it's just the Tarfires. They're kind of low impact. They're not going to really keep the planeswalkers under control unless our opponent like happens to unsummon with Jace or something. Whip is fine. Emrakul is okay if they don't have Rest in Peace. Faithless Looting, Abrupt Decay, Golgari Charm. That's a lot of 2-drops. Is there any of these cards we don't really want? Revoker might be too cute, but I do want a way to control Jace since we don't have Dreadborn or 75. Am I supposed to be... Courser's for grindy matchups, but am I just supposed to be cutting Courser? We'll cut Terminate and do a 61 card special. I tend to want to keep in too much removal against blue-white X decks. That's just... Okay, yeah, this is a pretty easy mulligan. Like, if we had one land, like Green Source, we could use these Traverses, but... Sand's alright. Third land drop? Yeah, I think I'm in the market for that. Serum Visions. So how is everyone doing this morning? Alright, kept that on top. Am I just fetching... No, I'm not going to fetch Blood Crypt right now. I'm just going to go ahead and cast Thoughtseize, because I don't want them landing a Search for Azcanta here. Alright. Detention Sphere... Dispel... A lot of blue-white decks have like only like 2 or 3 snaps in the main, and they also have like 1 or 2 Rest in Pieces in the sideboard. Because there's a lot of matchups where they don't care about their graveyard as much as the deck they're playing against. Like Dredge, Jund, even to a certain extent, decks like Grixis Shadow. So our opponent has Detention Sphere and Dispel. I don't even think I care about Dispel. Detention Sphere is annoying. And they went top with their Serum Visions. Don't care about Dispel, so is it Detention Sphere or is it Serum Visions here? I think given my hand, I was going to take Serum Visions. I mean, yeah, they could Detention Sphere, Tireless Tracker or Whip later down the line, but it's like, whatever. Alright, so we draw an Inquisition here. I think we just pass right now. I don't really want to run Inquisition until I'm ready to... Turn before I'm ready to try to land a threat. Mystic Gate. Alright, so they're just playing the lands we know about so far. I'm going to fetch Blood Crypt here. Way we have access for red for Faithless Looting. Although there's... No, unfortunately that's an issue of streaming with just DSL. That's the highest setting I can get. Like, even adjusting settings for YouTube, I can't... Like, if I'm recording, even with the highest video quality on OBS, I can't actually get higher than 480p. Raging Ravine here. So, I'd love to land Tireless Tracker, but I don't think... Let's go ahead and Inquisition, see what's going on over there. Opponent has Spell Snare, Remand, Dispel, and Detention Sphere. I think I just take the remand. We can play around Dispel. Well, Dispel I don't even care about the way we boarded. Detention Sphere, it will get whatever, and Spell Snare is the one card I kind of care about. So, I have nothing in my hand that I want to discard yet, so I'm still not going to use Faithless Looting. Alright, Field of Ruin was their draw. Okay. So we know Grim Flare is going to get Spell Snared whenever we play it. That's whatever. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped, get a clue here. Because we still literally know our opponent's entire hand. I have Abrupt Decay and Golgari Charm to potentially crack that Detention Sphere at some point, so... They'll probably, Detention Sphere here... Probably Detention Sphere, hold up Spell Snare. Wow. They're gonna let me untap with Tireless Tracker. That's a mite risky. Ironically, I still don't have any cards that I want to just pitch with, Faithless Looting here. Alright, there's a card I finally want to pitch. So I guess I have no idea what our opponent's going to do here. I'm definitely pitching the other Faithless Looting. So just Faithless Looting Grimflare here? Is it Faithless Looting Grimflare or Faithless Looting... It's not the land, because I definitely want the land here. I want to be able to crack that stupid... It's either Whip or Grimflare. I'm guessing Whip Grimflare here. Play out Verdant Catacombs. Get a clue. Crack this, go get a basic Swamp, I guess. I can hold up Abrupt Decay. And potentially crack a clue. So our opponent literally did nothing that whole turn cycle. Alright, so you're going to cast Attention Sphere. Kind of saw that coming. Go ahead and pop this Detention Sphere here. Our opponent has Dispel, Spell Snare. Go to combat first here, see if they do anything. I know this is getting Spell Snared. I guess I'm alright with that. Let's go ahead and resolve this Liliana. I'm not going to actually plus or minus her. because I want this whip too much. So our opponent has... What instance do we still even have in our deck? Like maybe... Terminate? They're just going to activate... The damned if you do, damned if you don't with Field of Ruin and Tireless Tracker here. What is this? Activate Field of Ruin here. Vendilion Click. Sure. Guess you get to decide if we keep a Whip of Erebus here. Traverse is a nice one. Alright. Let's see what kind of counterspell you got. We have 4 card types, which kind of sucks. So I'm just getting another Tireless Tracker here. Opponent gets to sacrifice their Vendilion Click. So even if our opponent likes Supreme Verdicts here, we still got 4 cards sitting on the board. So 2 copies of Field of Ruin, sure. Guess you could have like Gideon Downtick here would be the worst scenario for us. Why are you going after my Overgrown Tomb? Okay. My opponent has made some very bizarre choices these games. And that is being as nice as possible. I'm going to wait to activate Liliana till after combat. This obviously might be a mistake. Probably should have cracked another clue here to see if they're dead, but... Alright, let's cast this. Bitter Blossom. Wait, if they have Cryptic Command here. Yeah, it feels like a Cryptic Command. Negate. Okay, sure. Feels like our opponent should be dead here, because I didn't crack a clue. There's the Dispel, so... And... I guess Supreme Verdict isn't even out at this point. Alright, so 2-0 over Jace Blue-White Control. For whatever good that does us. Alright, so... This hand's okay. And we're missing a black source, but Traverse can go get a swamp. Polluted Delta on 1. Oh, Death Shadow. Should be an interesting test. So I don't need to use Traverse for anything anymore, so I think I'm just going to play out Raging Ravine and pass. Opponent might have Thought Scour here. Yep. Nope, opt. Alright. So we're up against... I actually haven't seen too many Grixis Shadow lists running around since... Inquisition of Kozilek, huh? That's a card we're probably interested in playing. Alright, Temur Battle Rage, Stubborn Denial, and Fatal Push, and Gurmag Angler. Alright, so... It's actually a pretty vicious hand, considering. If I could take the Gurmag Angler, would be in a lot better shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I guess I just take a Stubborn Denial and hope to... They tap out to play their big fish. Nope, and they draw the fetch land, so they can keep... They can keep their Stubborn Denial up. So we need to draw... Big fish, sure. That's not a terrible draw here. Allows us to take their last Stubborn Denial. Can use this Maelstrom Pulse to clear out their... Sure. So they're left with Fatal Push, Temur Battle Rage. Question is, am I traversing for swamp here? I think I am. So I'm going to be able to cast Liliana the turn after we play this Maelstrom Pulse. Alright, so that was our opponent's draw step. Daggone it. So we lose our Maelstrom Pulse here. We know our Tarmogoyf's dead. Does Walking Ballista help here? I don't think so. Like we'd need another, what, 4 lands for Walking Ballista to kill Gurmag in addition to Liliana. Be interesting to see how they decide to attack things. Nope, just going after us. Is this Temur Battle Rage? Nope, no Temur Battle Rage yet. Still know 3 of the 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Alright, Death Shadow. Alright, Liliana the Veil's not horrible here. Actually, it's probably one of our better draws. And we get to use Liliana the Last Hope to shrink the last one. They actually got rid of Shadow. So I guess I'm just playing out Ballista here to get them to burn one of their Fatal Pushes. So even if they Temur Battle Rage, they only hit us for 6 here. Guess they're going to take out the last hope here. Alright, so they're getting in for 6 damage regardless. 5 damage regardless if I... And our opponent just realized that their thing doesn't do what they want it to, because they did not have Ferocious. Oh, the awkward situations. So they discarded a Fatal Push. So we know they have a Fatal Push left in the tank. So we know Tarmogoyf's just gonna die. Do I want to roll back on Liliana and try to hit another creature? Kind of in a weird spot here. I think we just roll back on Liliana and try to hit another creature like a Grimflayer or something. Yep, just hit the good old Walking Ballista. Play out Walking Ballista for 1. Play out Tarmogoyf. So now one of the cards in our opponent's hand is a Fatal Push. So one of these creatures is dying. Guessing the Tarmogoyf here. Yep. So hopefully their last card is not one of their last cards not Snapcaster Mage. Because then we get to block with Walking Ballista. Okay, one of it was a land. What would you be needing to fetch for here? Serum Visions, possibly? No? Alright, I still don't understand why you'd fetch before Snapcaster Maging. Temur Battle Rage? What? Okay. Does anyone know why our opponent just scooped there? I am confused as to hell as to why our opponent just scooped. Sure, whatever. I guess the only line... I have no idea what they were even thinking, honestly. Alright, Shriek Maw. Get Walking Ballista out of here. These Tire Fires are kind of hot garbage in this matchup. Probably want the Tireless Trackers. Warren's Weirding is fine. Bitter Blossom's pretty good. Nameless Inversion can go. I'm so confused right now. Anyways. Huntmaster is probably a little too slow. I don't normally want Thoughtseize in a matchup like this, but I really have problems with our Delve threats otherwise. Brutality, no. K-Command, maybe. Revoker, no. Golgari Charm, no. Shriek Maw doesn't kill any of the creatures I need it to, and Walking Ballista is just kind of a joke. Alright, so I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. If I had more graveyard threats, I'd probably bring that, or graveyard hate, I'd bring that in, but alright, so hand's got a bunch of threats and a Faithless Looting, so I guess we keep it. Basic Island, go. Just lead on Raging Ravine. So how's everyone doing this morning? Playing a little bit of Promised End Jund. There is no Bloodbraid Elves in this list. I have played Bloodbraid Elf Jund. Deck's pretty good. I definitely didn't have the best result with it, but still pretty good. Faced it a lot at FNM last night too. Young Pyromancer. Well, that one could certainly be annoying. Traverse. Yeah, Young Pyromancer. That would definitely have been a reason to leave in Tarfire. So obviously the level 1 play would just play Tarmogoyf Go, but I have a pretty good idea that Tarmogoyf's just dead here. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and cast Faithless Looting. I'm pretty sure I don't want Big Mama Emrakul in my hands right now. Go ahead and do that. Play out a Swamp. That was one of the... Yeah, my hand did not approve at all. Our opponent's probably sit like, what the heck's going on here? Verdant Catacombs. So at this point, am I trying to run out? Go ahead and traverse here, grab a land. What am I grabbing? Basic 2, just grab a swamp. So I'm just going to fetch for basic forest here. Trying to minimize the damage I take. And we now have all of our stuff covered. I mean, we know this Tarmogoyf's dying, so... But I gotta put something out there as a roadblock. Yeah, Fatal Push. It's like we knew this Tarmogoyf was dying. There's no getting around it here. Wow. Opponent is shocking in Esteem Vents. Must be Snapcaster or something or other. Alright, Inquisition. Not the worst card in the world. What's going on over there, friend? Probably just gonna run a Snapcaster out here. Yep, targeting what? Opt. Yep. I figured there was a Snapcaster going on over there. Teamer, Battle Rage, Grimag Angler, and Dismember. Wow. Alright. So their hand is Temur Battle Rage, Dismember, and they also have an Opt in play. I guess I run out Courser here, since I don't really want to play Tireless Tracker with no... Sucks that I couldn't sequence it differently, but I knew I wanted this Courser to resolve, or this Tireless Tracker. Alright, Abrupt Decay on top's not horrible. Yeah, a list with no Bloodbraid Elves. I mean, I understand he screwed up a few turns ago, but it's like he had Gurmag Angler, Snapcaster, and was flashing back Temur Battle Rage. I could kill well, block. Yeah, I mean, I had the two Planeswalkers in play, but that's not really... I mean, this just screams Lightning Bolt or Kolaghan's command, right? Oh, they're gonna Temur Battle Rage to trade with my Courser. Sure. You're not playing your Gurmag Angler. Interesting. So I know Gurmag's one of the two cards in hand. I think I'm just gonna grab a fetch land here. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. Bloodbraid Elf is an awesome card. However, I don't... This list is an amalgamation of Pete Ingram's list, another viewer's list, and like my twist on it. So this list is kind of all over the place. Okay, you've got yourself a Gurmag Angler, sure. I'm not sure we're going to be easily able to beat that. So I block one of the elementals here. I'm gonna say if like a second Temur Battle Rage, we like get max punish for this, right? Alright, let's go ahead and crack this clue. I needed to grab another red source there, I'm an idiot. Thoughtseize. Do I really want to risk Thoughtseize with one card in hand? I think I'm just supposed to flash back Faithless Looting here, try to find a... Alright, that's not a horrible one. Been this Faithless Looting... Been this... Play this... Bitter Blossom out, which is a little risky given our life total, but... Yeah, I think actually Bitter Blossom I shouldn't have played there. Like, if this was earlier in the game, Bitter Blossom would be awesome, but now I'm going to have to chump block Gurmag Angler here if we even get the chance. That's just game. Alright. So... Young Pyromancers, Lilianas. This Walking Ballista actually won't hurt if they're going that route. Question is, I probably want Golgari Charm then, as a hedge too. But is that getting too cute? What else would Golgari Charm hit? Young Pyromancer, Snapcaster Mage, and potentially regenerate one of my guys. Which would I rather have, Ballista or Golgari Charm? Probably Ballista. And What's the cut then? Maybe it's just Emrakul. Emrakul is like too slow in the matchup. As much as I want to see the card, cast it, play it, it's sure, hand seems fine. Fetch a I guess I get like Stomping Ground here, and then Traverse for basic Swamp. That way I have access to my Terminate colors, and I'm one step closer to casting all this nonsense. Or I can just draw Looming Marsh. Do I want to run Grimflare out here and just get it Abrupt Decade? Not Abrupt Decade, Fatal Push? Probably. Make them have it. Yep, that's definitely a Fatal Push. Alright, so our opponent's... Is that like a soft stub here? I guess I play out Courser here. Reveal a Terminate on top. They probably shock this in to be able to Stubborn Denial of Liliana. I guess they could have Liliana of their own here, which would kind of suck. Is that what's the play happening? Alright. Yeah. Yep. So I guess Faithless Looting here... Actually, that Faithless Looting was extremely greedy. No, I'm playing Grimflare, so I guess it doesn't matter. Probably ditch one of these Terminates and Blackleaf Cliffs. Play out Grimflare here, force them to have an answer. Yep, Snapcaster on Fatal Push. Guess I'm just discarding Terminate here. So what threats do I even have in my deck right now that I can even traverse for? Tarmogoyfs, Grimflares, Scavenging Ooze, Tireless Trackers. I'm gonna just play my own Liliana here, Edict their Snapcaster, and discard this Overgrown Tomb. Alright, Young Pyromancer's an annoying one. Guess I'm traversing for Walking Ballista next turn. Are they dismembering their own... They're dismembering their own young pyromancer to get a token. Sure. Their last card was another Liliana of the Veil. Alright, now we just need to, like, rip Abrupt Decay or Maelstrom Pulse. Grimflayer is not the best here, obviously, but does kind of force the Edict effect. And their elementals kind of keeping our Liliana at bay. So, fun, exciting Magic where both players have a... Alright, Raging Ravine's not horrible here. Thoughtseize. Yeah, Death Shadow is a pretty rough one for us. Sure, Inquisition of Kozilek seems like a great card. Is there any card we could actually Faithless Looting into that we could cast that we care about? I guess theoretically another land would kind of force them to be a little bit careful. Nope. Instead I hit two cards that I actually wanted to be able to cast. Let's get rid of this Inquisition. Get rid of this Tarmogoyf. One's going to be able to get rid of it anyway, so... That went about as poorly as a Faithless Looting flashback could have. So... So I can kill Liliana, but then we're dead on board. Guess we're just using Raging Ravine as a chump blocker this turn. Put a card on bottom. Wow. If I knew this was going to be the sequence. Trying to think, do we even have any outs right now to kill our opponent? I mean, like, if we have a removal spell, we're just dead this turn. Alright, that seems to indicate to me you don't have a... removal spell right now. Green, do this, activate this. Okay. Sure. I'm not conceding, because you still gotta, like, not let me block here. Sure, that's game. Alright, so opponent randomly rage quitting game 1, game 2, and game 3. I think our best like route to victory is like land an early Bitter Blossom and just kind of grind them out. The young Pyromancer kind of got us there in game 2, and then game 3 it was a little bit of a bizarre back and forth. The funny part is, like, looking at all the cards they discarded, they shocked in that blue source to represent Stubborn Denial. That was actually a very astute move on their part. Because if we would have landed our own Liliana right there, they would have been in a lot of trouble. Alright, so I guess we're just Overgrown Tomb Inquisition here. See what's going on over there. Oh my. Huh. Well, our opponent kept a very poor mill hand. Emrakul the Promised End. Sure. See if you have something like, Alright, so what am I grabbing here? Need another black source. Just grab Blood Crypt here. Helps if I tap the right mana. Dermagoyfko. This has gotta be mill, right? Just from this spread of cards. Why would you not fetch? I'm confused. Alright, so use this to get a basic forest. I guess you don't want to use your Visions of Beyond because you don't want to grow my Tarmogoyf, I'm guessing. Throw this Flare out here. If you drew a counter spell, kind of oh well. Is this just a really, really bad mill draw? Sure. Field of Ruins, an interesting one. Alright. Presuming you have a... Alright, so that, let's just get a swamp. Could probably use a red source here. So you did all that, and... Did all that and you didn't even have a mill card, sure. Flare trigger, 3 lands, put 1 2 in the graveyard. Go ahead and keep the Bloodstained Mire on top. Play out this Liliana here. Alright, combat steps, gotta love them. A random trigger in the middle of your combat step. Three. So 5. Can I potentially kill them next turn? 3 goes to a 4, 8, 10. I think we're going to be 1 point short. Sorry, 2 points short. Feels bad having to top a land with Grim Flare, but I did miss... Well, I wanted to cast Liliana. That was the thought process, at least. What kind of sideboard stuff do we have for this matchup? Still have no idea what's going on over there. Only two spells we knew about. They've already played. Visions of Beyond, sure. That's setting off warning bells that this is a Manic Scribe, sure. So they put a land in our graveyard, which is mildly annoying. Put the land that we topped. Blackleaf Cliffs. Well, that's a bit of a... Now our opponent's got to decide if they want to block or not here. I think if they block anything, it's probably going to be Grim Flare. Just to keep us from scrying. Tarmogoyf's now up to a 4-5. Sure. Opponent's got some crabs. They have a fetch land to go with this. They do. That's not nice, opponent. Despite how much crap we've put into the graveyard, we still don't have more than 3 card types. Alright, so... we still only have 3 card types? Yep. Alright, so... opponent needs something here or they're dead. Traverse isn't a bad card. Go ahead and kill this stupid thing. Alright. Alright, so we're up against Mill. I don't even know. Anybody have any experience with the Mill versus Jund matchup? Not exactly one you see every day. Probably interested in these tireless trackers. I don't have a deck list set up right now because this was just kind of somebody else's list that I threw back together. So I'll go through the list here in a second as soon as we finish sideboarding. Deck list. Tarfires are a necessary evil, probably. I don't even know. Probably can get these Terminates out of here. Probably. Do I leave in Maelstrom Pulse for Mesmeric Orbs? Probably not. Ballista's a little too slow. Shriekmaw serves no purpose. This isn't really a card advantage game. I want Huntmaster of the Fells. Bitter Blossoms are a thing, sort of. And then get these Kolaghan's commands in here. Don't need Thoughtseize. Well, Thoughtseize is okay, but not great. Anger's fine. Brutality's okay. Don't think we want any of these other cards. Alright, so the main deck is 4 Inquisition, 4 Faithless Looting, 3 Tarfire, 4 Traverse, Bitter Blossom, Nameless Inversion, Scavenging Ooze, 4 Tarmogoyfs, Abrupt Decay, a couple Terminates, Grim Flares, and Lilion the Last Hope, Lilion the Veil, Whip of Erebos, Courser of Krufix, Shriekmaw, and Jund, as well. Or sorry, Emrakul the Promised End, as well as 21 lands. Alright. So, I'm definitely want to go board out that Nameless Inversion in Game 3. Is there any other cards on my sideboard I would have wanted? Like, the Disruption spells are fine, since our opponents... I guess they could be bringing in Damnations and stuff that we care about that we might want to be Thoughtseizing. Beyond that, I think this is just kind of a racing situation. Sure, keep his hand. We have 2 fetch lands, which could be a liability. And we don't have an answer, and they have the crabs. Okay, basic swamp. I think we're just going to lead on Blooming Marsh here. I don't want to fetch unless I absolutely have to. Simply because of Arcraft Trap. Okay, so we're going to get milled for a lot. Perhaps I should have left in more removal than I did. Alright, so opponent milled quite a bit of interesting stuff. Liliana's kind of whatever here. Play out my Tarmogoyf. So we know our opponent doesn't have a fetch land. That's about the only thing we know, like concretely, what's going on over with our opponent. Yep, they're just on the turbo mill plan here. Alright, so we lost one of our Liliana, the Last Hopes. I turned my Tarmogoyf into a 6/7. This Mesmeric Orb. Nope, and Snaring Bridge. Well then. Don't think we have all of our Ensnaring Bridge tech in the deck. Guess I'm going to Liliana Edict here. Don't really know what else to do. Get one of your crabs. So we have what, a couple Kolaghan's commands to draw to. That's about it for Ensnaring Bridge. Definitely a reason to bring in more hand disruption too. So we're in a real weird situation as to what cards we want to bring in this matchup. Glimpse the Unthinkable. We lost one of our K commands. Visions of Beyond. Our opponent gets to draw 3 cards, so that's kind of terrifying. And none of them are lands. That's not good. Remember that part about not wanting to fetch? Alright, so what basics do I still have in my deck? I guess basics don't matter a whole lot. You have Archive Trap, you have Archive Trap at this point. There's not a darn thing I can do about it. Guess we get a Blackleaf Cliffs here. Well, I didn't get Archive Trapped. I suppose that's a positive. +1, get rid of one of these fetch lands. Opponent discards a Fatal Push. So if we lose our other Kolaghan's command, I think the match is pretty much over. Because I boarded out Walking Ballista, I believe. Yep, we boarded out Walking Ballista, so our only hope is to draw. It's presuming we don't just die here. Opponent just mistapped. Yeah, looks like this is a glimpse. Opponent gets to see most of our deck too. Okay. So they have Crypt Incursion to boot, so that's a notable. Guess our hope is to draw Kolaghan's command like this turn. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance now. So am I making them discard here, or am I killing one of their mana idiots, or one of their idiots here? Discard, shatter. Doesn't mean we're out of this yet, but okay, Mesmeric Orb was their last card. So do I have any fetchables left in my deck? So Stomping Ground, Forest, Bloodstained Mire. Guess we may as well crack it to see. Wow, we actually do. I'm just going to grab a mountain here. Just going to go ahead and attack with both, see what our opponent does, if they chump block or not. Yep. Opponent's going to probably sack their Hedron Crab. There's a lot of draws in our opponent's deck that just kill us. Am I dead? Am I dead? Apparently not. Could be Archive Trap. That would be one card that would make sense here. I guess Fatal Push would also keep them alive. Is it a Fatal Push? Okay, sure. So that, like, keeps them alive just so. Pass. And there's probably quite a few cards here that kill us. Alright, we got there. Woo! That Kologon's command was a bailout! Alright. There's the deck list for those that want to look at for a second. I'm going to go grab a quick drink, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. So far, played against a blue-white opponent that I don't think we were playing optimally. Played against Grixis Shadow, and now against Mill. Excuse me. Haven't really gotten to see, like, an aggressive deck, a combo deck, so I'm not really sure how some of those matchups go. How's everyone doing today? Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, for me now, wherever you are in the world. Is it morning or afternoon? Yeah, hand seems perfectly fine. Got Faithless Looting to throw away a couple of these extra lands if we don't want them. Opponent did mulligan to 6. Put a card on top. Alright. Playing with Jund Mirror Match. Could be... Nope. Looks like possibly Jund. Might be Hollow One too. Suspect Hollow One's a pretty bad matchup. Looks like Jund. Alright. So we're probably losing our Inquisition here. Definitely a lot of mid-range grind fest today. Like, I'm not playing Faithless Looting on 1 until we have a better idea what's going on with our opponent. Grim Flayer's fine. They take the Inquisition, unsurprising. Tarfire. Play out the Verdant Catacombs and pass. Good, good luck to you as well. Good luck. At least we don't have to worry about our. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Got some 4-color stuff going on over there. Saw somebody playing a 4-color, like, Jund Ancestral Visions. Oh my, is this some kind of Death Shadow deck? Is this just like 5-color Jund Death Shadow? Might be. So, definitely getting a green source. Am I getting Overgrown Tomb, or am I getting Stomping Ground? I guess just Overgrown Tomb. Shriekmaw doesn't feel like it's going to have a lot of targets in this matchup. Run the Flare out here. We know it's dying. It's a Jund deck. They gotta have a kill spell for this, right? They didn't take it, so presuming they have an answer. Fatal Push or Terminate. I guess they don't have Terminate mana up, so I guess it would have to be Fatal Push or Bolt. Wow. Dismember? Okay. Does that mean we're getting Death Shadow this turn? Be nice if they just play out like Tarmogoyf here. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Because if it's Tarmogoyf, they're taking Shriekmaw here. Opponent's like, what the heck is going on over there? Opponent's got like Shriekmaws, Faithless Lootings. They take Faithless Looting? Okay. Guess that makes some sense. Alright, Terminate. So I guess my last question is your last card a Stubborn Denial? Guess we'll find out. Okay, so it was. Fair enough. Grim Flare, huh? So if they have another removal spell, they have another removal spell here. If they don't, then this Grim Flare plus this Tarfire means they probably can't attack with Death Shadow here. I mean, their deck runs a lot of removal spells too, but some of them just aren't. Like, Shriekmaw is going to be fine against some number of their draws because they have Tarmogoyfs. Are you thought-seizing me here? Alright, well, let's Tarfire you. So now... Actually, I had no reason to Tarfire them there. Because now I actually have to block. That was dumb. That was dumb. And we do obviously have other Tarfires that just kill them here, but... Let's see what your follow-up is. Got a Tarmogoyf. Alright, so we have another chump blocker. So at this point... Okay, traverse the Evenwold, sure. She used her blue mana, so... Death Shadow? Okay. So Maelstrom Pulse off the top is pretty good here. Flashback to Faithless Looting. This does cut our number of outs to basically Tarfire. Didn't get there. Alright, if I wouldn't have Tarfired in response there, they go to 3. They can't quite kill us. So yeah, throwing that Tarfire at their face was a punt. Miracle of the Promised End is just too cute. Whip is too cute. This isn't really a coarser matchup. Probably want the Thought Seizes, even though I don't necessarily like discarding this style of matchup. Want the Tireless Trackers. Probably want Bitter Blossom. Definitely want Warren's Weirding. Angers, no. Brutality, not really. Revoker, no. Other stuff, not really. Probably trim, like Tarfire, Nameless Inversion. And I do like these Kulagon's commands, but are they really what we want to be doing in this matchup? Maybe let's just get these Tarfires out, get these Kulagon's commands in, and then... Is Walking Ballista worth it leaving in as a kind of hedge against, like, putting them too low? Probably not. Actually, I should have been more careful, because they're probably bringing in Lingering Souls here. We're gonna keep, but it is risky. Mainly on the strength of this Bitter Blossom. Alright, Traverse, Mishra's Bauble, Inquisition, and... so take their Inquisition here, and hope we kind of rip off some lands. Please don't tell me they ripped a discard spell after all that. Hopefully it's a land. Nope, another Thoughtseize. I don't like the timing on their use of Mishra's Bauble. They could have used it during our upkeep. We have 3 card types in Yard. Can't get... I think we'll just take Grimflayer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like their hand. Because they can traverse here, but they can't cast anything with it right now. So... yep, they're going to cast Traverse. Question is, where are they grabbing? Like, next turn, we're almost obligated to take their Death Shadow. Depending on what they... okay, so they get a Tarmogoyf, sure. Land, please. Okay. Probably not the land I actually wanted. So... of the cards we know they soon put them to 14. So they can play out Tarmogoyf. I think we'll just play out Bitter Blossom and hope they can't run their Death Shadow out right now. Temur Battle Rage is obviously annoying. See how aggressive they are with Fetch Shocking here. Alright. There's your Tarmogoose. Alright, so they can play Death Shadow next turn. Blooming Marsh. How much does Blooming Marsh help us here? It's good. Thoughtseize, see what you got going on over there. Temur Battle Rage and Death Shadow. I think we just take Death Shadow here. Played out our own Lurganoif. Pass. Alright. This is definitely a grind fest here. I guess they don't want to use their Team of Battle Rage right now. Interesting. I think you would use it in the opportunity where you know I don't have any removal spells up. Is that a pretty good one here? I don't know. Can anyone tell me, is this pretty good here? Definitely top decked on that one. Not gonna lie. And I mean, if they have Fatal Push, they have Fatal Push. That's kind of whatever here. Another Verdant Catacombs that finally unlocks our red mana. Yep, sure. So you got to Abrupt Decay or Tarmogoyf. If you're not Abrupt Decay or Bitter Blossom, we know one of the cards in your hand is Teamer Battle Rage. Get a Stomping Ground here. Play out this Scavenging Ooze. Is there anything in their graveyard we immediately want to eat? No. Alright. So no other hand is Swamp Teamer Battle Rage. I guess... Okay, how many card types do you have over there? I guess I eat the Mishra's Bauble. Does that leave them with enough card types? Instant, creature, land, sorcery? Faithless Looting, not really the card we want to see here, but... Alright, let's just eat a Tarmogoyf. Once again, could have gone for lethal here, but I don't necessarily want to eat everything. Alright, so we got there in game 2. So second time I've missed lethal in games from not doing an activation ability, but you never know if they have the removal spell. Is there anything we want to change from what we saw? So we have 2 Terminates, Abrupt Decay, Maelstrom Pulse, and Shriekmaw. Is that enough removal for what they've got going on over there? Granted, Tarfires don't really kill any of their idiots. Nameless Inversion, not very good at it either. Still think that's about the configuration we want here. So we didn't see white out of them, so we're not sure if they brought in Lingering Souls package or not, or if they even have it. We know they have Stubborn Denial, at least in the main. Might have been sideboarded out. They certainly left in Teamer Battle Rage, which I don't know how much I like Teamer Battle Rage in the grindy versions of these matchups. Traverse, Terminate, Grimflayer. I mean, pretty sure this is a keep, but our opponent could easily shred our hand, so. Okay, no discard spell on one. That's pretty decent for us, I think. Wow. I know I like Traverse the Uvenwald, but I don't know that I like it this much. I'm wondering if the way that our opponent is doing this, if they kept the one-lander. Are they going to Thoughtseize us here now? Or is this a Traverse the Uvenwald for a land? Nope. This is a Traverse for a land. Alright, goodbye, Terminate. I barely knew you. I mean, the one thing is we're not going to run out of threats this game. Alright, yep, there's Terminate, unsurprisingly. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. Go grab a... Am I just grabbing a swamp here? Yeah, may as well grab an Overgrown Tomb. I mean, I'm 99% sure this Grimflayer is just dead, but... Alright, they drew a third land. Either drew a third land... This had to have been their draw this turn, right? Because why else would you traverse for a swamp? Unless you're missing land drops. Alright, looks like they got Lingering Souls here. I guess that answers the one question. Okay. Alright, so our opponent's gonna let us connect with it? Nope, dismember. Sure. Alright, opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Use one of these traverses. To grab a land here. Use another traverse. Grab. Shriekmaw is obviously not very good here. Guess I grab Tarmogoyf, play this out. Go ahead and pass to them here. Alright, so they're going to Inquisition, presumably take our Tarmogoyf here. Take the traverse. Okay. And we keep drawing lands. This might be one we just lose. Alright, so you got a land. Hopefully this is just like Thoughtseize. Oh, looks like an Abrupt Decay. And I think we're dead here. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're dead if they just fetch Shock. Yep. Don't know that we were drawing anything relevant here anyway. Alright. Magic Online. Like to draw a card here. Oh well. So, one final match. So far we've lost to 2 Shadow decks. Beat Mill and beat Blue-White. So one thing this version is a little soft to is bigger, fatter idiots. So I wonder if I should include like a Fatal Push or 2 on the list. Help in that regard. Hand seems fine. Got interaction for other creature decks. Looks like Burn or Ponza. Alright. Well. So I'm going to want to fetch Basic Swamp with this, so I'm just going to run out Blackleaf Cliffs and kill their stupid Birds of Paradise here. Okay, I guess they're not Ponza. I guess they're some type of Kiki nonsense deck. Guess we're Faithless Looting here with all these lands. Guess we can bin Blackleaf Cliffs and Mountain. Go and Inquisition them, see what they got going on over there. Alright, Noble Hierarch, Lotus Cobra, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Huntmaster of the Fells. I think I take Lotus Cobra and just plan on... One, two, three, four, five. So it looks like they're the Turbo Planeswalker deck. Alright, so they missed their land drop here. I think I'm just supposed to Ballista and Traverse. Cancel. Go grab. Another basic swamp here, just because. I'm supposed to grab Grimflare here, set us up. Tarmogoyf's a faster clock, but Grimflare gives us the best. Alright, green mana, that. Play out this Catacombs. Let me go get a basic forest here. What have you got on 2? Coiling Oracle. Hopefully you don't hit a land here. Nope, Restoration Angel. Alright, seems pretty good for us. Basic forest. Traverse, huh? Actually, I should probably have traversed here first, because then this is going to mess up the top of our deck. Maelstrom Pulse, Liliana of the Veil, Liliana of the Last Hope. Put Veil in the graveyard. So 7 card types. Leave them in this order. Alright, so I have 7 card types here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guess I'm just supposed to bin the 2 that I just took. Traverse, the Uvenwald. Go get Emrakul, the Promised End. And let my opponent try to figure it out here. Alright, didn't even have to cast Emrakul. Awesome. Alright, so our opponent is the Turbo Planeswalker deck. I'm guessing beyond that, I don't really have a whole lot of idea what's going on over there. They're a good mid-range list. They might be some type of Kiki deck with Jace. So how do I want to approach this then? Whip's probably a little too cute. Corsair is probably a little too cute. We've got to be the aggressor in the matchup. Bitter Blossom, I don't know that we want that. Definitely want Phyrexian Revoker. Probably want Thoughtseizes. Anger of the Gods, maybe. Like 1 copy. Do we want the tireless trackers is the question. What cards am I not interested in? Scavenging News I'm interested in. Terminates, Abrupt Decays. Because, like, this is the weird part. Like, there's a lot of my cards that are already pretty good against them. I just want to load up on abilities to answer their bigger threats. I guess Liliana of the Veil is not great against their mana idiots. So I'll just bring another Anger of the Gods, try it like this. Now obviously, it's kind of weird because Liliana is good against, like, attacking their hand, but it's not good at dealing with their little idiots. Yep, Bird of Paradise. Dead Bird of Paradise. So, am I supposed to Inquisition here, or am I supposed to kill the bird? I think I'm just supposed to kill the bird, because the number of their 2-play impacts are... or 2... yeah, 2-play. The number of their 2 mana plays that are impactful on the turn they come into play that I care about are minimal, because they've got, like, Coraling Oracle and Lotus Cobra. And if they have to use the land to get Lotus Cobra, then it's a little less impressive. I mean, obviously, I want to hit Lotus Cobra with a kill spell if we find it, but nope. Noble Hierarch, sure. I hate playing off curve here, but we've got to see Saheeli Rai, Reflector Mage, and Oath of Nissa. I think we just take Saheeli Rai here. Probably should have Faithless looted and got rid of at least one of these Lilianas. If all they're doing is playing a Reflector Mage here. Seriously? Yeah, that's a card. Yeah, they're just Kiki with Jace in the deck. Alright. So... get the Faithless looting, get rid of one of these stupid... rid of one of these Lilianas. I guess get rid of Phyrexian Revoker for right now. Play the Swamp out. Take away their Oath of Nissa. Reflector Mage, I mean, slightly annoying, but it's kind of whatever. They play the Echo cost here, is the interesting one. Yep, Avalanche Riders beat down, sure. So I'm just going to play out Scavenging Ooze here, let them Reflector Mage this, then we get to play Tarmogoyf to brick them. But they have a lot of draws off the top that are exceedingly annoying. Oh wow, okay, they drew Jace. This game's over. Get a little bit of knowledge on the way out. Reflector Mage and Eldritch Evolution. Know how this song and dance goes. Alright. yeah, still don't think we change much here. We still know they're a J stack, but we don't have outside of Revoker. So that's something I'm going to fix in the next version. We're definitely going to grab a Dreadbore if we ever play this version of the deck again. I think that's been like the one glaring weakness, is we just need like more kill spells for big stuff. So maybe like one of these Tarfires or one of these nameless inversions needs to become a Dreadbore. Yeah, seems pretty good to me. Inquisition into Tarmogoyf into Answers. See what you got going on over there. Oath of Nissa, Noble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise. Alright, we'll take the bird. Let you play out. Hopefully you'll play out multiple Noble Hierarchs. Yep, there's one Noble. Inquisition's an interesting one. So I know they played out that. Well, let's just play out Tarmogoyf. I need to get a clock on the table. Yep. See what they hit here. Just a flooded strand. Puts Birds of Paradise. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they just play out Noble Hierarch here. Sweet. Alright, so... Another hand is... Acidic Slime and Restoration Angel. Get a... How do I keep them from locking me off a color? I don't think I can, so... Need double black, so let's grab Blood Crypt here. Actually, am I supposed to go after a mana at this point, or am I just supposed to... I can only take one of their big threats, so... Let's go ahead and deal with this... These stupid Noble Hierarchs. Okay, Coiling Oracle is a slightly annoying one. Hopefully... Okay, so you hit a land, that's unfortunate. Alright, Raging Ravine, sure. 2, 3, 4. So we're definitely leaning on Thoughtseize, because we know Thoughtseize is going to hit. Wow. So... Jace? Hopefully they just like play out Resto Angel here. Nope. Acidic Slime incoming probably. So we need to rip a red source. Hopefully this turn. Grim Flare. The other hand is Restoration Angel, so I'm playing out Grim Flare here. So I'm going to attack with Tarmogoyf, because this means... Sure. This isn't a great trade for us, but it does mean we get to keep our lands. And we're up to 3 card types here. To attack with Grim Flare, we don't have an instant already in our yard, so... See what they got to blink here. Because we don't have an instant in our yard, this will put Grim Flare to a 4/4. So they now have no good blocks. We're going to connect with Grim here. Traverse is decent. Just Traverse, let us grab. I think I'm interested in all these cards. We're going to put Overgrown Tomb, Tarfire, Traverse in that order. Because Traverse potentially lets us go grab... Please don't land Jace. Alright, sure. Okay. Let's play out this Grim Flare again. See what our opponent chooses to do. We know we have Tarfire on top, so that's a good card at least. Okay, Noble Hierarch. Hardly the scariest card here. Sure. So we know over a couple of turns we get to... Okay, they kept Noble Hierarch on top. Bizarre. So our opponent's going to have to chump block with Resto Angel here. They go ahead and fetch to use... Alright, no, they're going to be able to kill here. Which, that's fine. Please tell me I left Walking Ballista in the deck. Yeah, I did. Alright. So... play out Walking Ballista for 1 here. If our opponent ever fetches, they're just dead. Granted, they don't know that. Wish I could leave up Tarfire. Oh well. Alright, so opponent's gonna fetch. Which means the Tarfire alone's lethal. Hopefully they don't hit like Kitchen Finks here. Guess the life gain spells are the kind of cards we're worried about. Okay, what are you Eldritch Evolutioning for? This Kitchen Finks? Eternal Witness, getting back what? Acidic Slime? Alright, that's obnoxious. Yep. So our opponent's either a slow learner or being ghosted? Don't think we're being ghosted. So opponent can deal us a lot of damage. If we rip a red source here, I think we're alright. Opponent might start fate sealing us though, that'd be bad. If they leave it on top, we're probably annoyed. Put a card on top, it's not a good sign for us. Yep. Just force the Wolf Run activation. They're already going to do it anyway, so... X equals 4. Let's go ahead and put you to 1. No. Yeah, Abrupt Decay was a pretty good one to leave on top, wasn't it? Well then. Ding, ding, ding. Nothing we can really Abrupt Decay here. Just pass to our opponent, hope they make a small mistake. Yeah, as long as they attack with Acidic Slime here, we're just dead. Yep, we gotta Abrupt Decay the Witness, and then they just wolf run us to death. Alright, so if we ever drew... Overgrown Tomb wouldn't have done it, and then... Needed to draw a red source here. So, thoughts on the deck list. I think the list, obviously, pretty reasonable. Got into a lot of mid-range slugfests here. We probably definitely want to get a Dreadbore in the list over one of these Tarfires, Nameless Inversions. Possibly want... get a Fatal Push over one of the Tarfires. So, like, cut this Nameless Inversion, cut a Tarfire, get a Fatal Push, get a Dreadbore in here. Beyond that, I think just the weakness to big dumb idiots was part of our problem. That last match, I don't know. Felt like our opponent kind of knew what was going on, that we needed that red source. Maybe they were just trying to cut our outs. I'm not really sure. We did show them Tarfire before, so they knew we had Tarfire in our deck. There's nothing really else we could have gone and gotten with Traverse that Jace couldn't just unsummon. Emrakul was pretty key in winning game 1 of that match. Death Shadow matchups just show we need more live draws off the top to kill big dumb idiots. And then the 2 matches we won, Blue-White and Mill. Our Blue-White opponent didn't play that well, and our Mill opponent, yeah, it's just a race. We got lucky with Kolaghan's command. So, we were 1 draw step away from a 3-2. Just a couple more tweaks to the deck. I think it's pretty fine. Is this better than Bloodbraid Elf Jund? I don't know. I think they're trying to play 2 slightly different game plans. We're trying to play the mid-range game plan with the ability to go get Emrakul. They're just trying to kind of out-card advantage people now a little bit with Dark Confidant and Bloodbraid Elf. So, Bloodbraid Elf version is probably still strictly better, not going to lie there, but Emrakul the Promised End's a nice bullet to be able to go get. Being able to go get some of these other bullets is pretty nice. Trying to think, is there any other like random 1-0s we would have wanted to get put in the deck based on that league? I don't think so. Anybody in chat have any suggestions, or anybody watching this on YouTube later? Feel free to leave comments on the updated list. Like I said, we're going to cut probably a Tarfire in the last Nameless Inversion. Get a Dreadbore in here. Maybe cut a second Terminate for a Dreadbore. Because obviously Jason Planeswalkers were bad for us. Liliana was annoying. Jace is obviously difficult for us to beat that last game. Trying to think beyond that. Anything else weird going on? Nope, I think that about wraps it up for right now. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, feel free to hit that follow button. If you Want to see other standard modern content? We have a YouTube channel. Link is down below the stream here. If you're seeing this later on YouTube, feel free to hit a subscribe on there and hit the like button or leave comments on the deck list, things that we're playing. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm probably going to put this this on a replay and come back later this afternoon and stream some more. So thanks for hanging out. This afternoon we'll probably be streaming... I don't know if I want to be streaming standard during the standard Grand Prix, but those... we'll probably play some Bloodbraid Elf Zoo later this afternoon. So, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope to catch everyone later. Bye.